Hi, we would like to welcome all viewers of CYC. We have a special guest here today for a program called Beat the Bishop. We would like to thank His Grace, Bishop Musa, for joining us.
Thank you, Laura.
Hi, Sayyidina, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine.
Sayyidina, thank you for joining us today. We just would like to ask you about your life before becoming a monk and a bishop and up until now.
A very long life, only 71 years.
Tell us about your childhood. And
I was born in a Christian family, Christian not by name but by life, actually. A good father and mother and many sisters and brothers. We were 9 in Asyut in Upper Egypt. And I received my studies in the American school in Asyut. It was in Arabic, not in English. And then in the high school in Asyut. Then I studied medicine in the Faculty of Medicine in Cairo. I was graduated only 50 years ago, 50, because I went to the college when I was 15 years old. 15, 6 months. After being graduated in the Faculty of Medicine, I had an intention to serve the youth. After 2-3 years of working as a physician, His Grace Bishop Athanasius of Beni Suef came at that time to become a bishop, and he invited me to serve the youth. I was consecrated for serving the youth in the year 1963.
well, before that, what were some of your childhood dreams?
Actually, when I was a child, you cannot imagine, because of the Christian education that I received in my family in the Sunday school, our play once was that I was preaching. I was just a few years old, and I was imitating the preachers in Asyut. I listened to a lot of them, famous preachers in the Coptic Orthodox Church. Father Abd Masih al-Nikhili, Father Shakir al-Duwari, he was called Shakir and became Father Marcus, and a lot of preachers, very prominent and impressive preachers at that time. When I was in the early years in the high school and then in the Faculty of Medicine, I knew His Holiness Pope Shenouda. He was just a monk in the year 1959. He was preaching in the cathedral as a monk, and all of us knew about him being a very important leader in the church at that time. And I listened to his sermon. I remember it. It was about be filled with the Holy Spirit. And it was a very impressive one. I was just in the 3rd year in the Faculty of Medicine at that time, and also I listened to Amba Gregorius. He was called Mr. Wahib Atalla. He was speaking about consecrating life for the Lord. I put my mind to be consecrated at that time. before being graduated.
How old were you?
I was about 18, 19.
So as a child, would you say that you were a troublemaker?
Always I was a troublemaker, sometimes a disaster maker.
What are some of the craziest things you have done?
Not very much. I think, yeah, I was always calm and obedient and polite and something like that. Yani. I was not, very active at that time, but always receiving and accepting learning, especially the Bible and the church lessons. Imagine that I was attending 3 Sunday schools, one after the other, when I was a child. Not myself only, but we were some friends, relatives. We have all our family was very committed to the Christian life, actually.
So
this impressed me a lot.
As a child, did you always have your heart set on becoming a monk?
No, but not a monk. When I was in the 3rd year in the Faculty of Medicine, that is 1959, I was 20 years old, less than 20. I put my mind to be celibate, a celibate deacon. And after being graduated, I was chosen as a celibate deacon in Beni Suef and worked with Bishop Athanasius for the youth 12 years as a celibate deacon. Then I thought it's good to go to the monastery, to the monastic life, to have some sort of spiritual nutrition. And I went to the monastery in the year 1975. 35 years ago.
Yeah. So tell us about how you decided to join the monastery.
Actually, I was intending to complete my life as a celibate deacon. This was in my mind. But when I got older, I found that moving among the youth as a lay man or as a deacon is good for sure, but I felt the need to have the church life and the monastic life, the spiritual life in its depth. Then I started to think to go to the monastery. I stayed 5 years opposing myself not to go to the monastery, to stay as a deacon, but I had this intention inside my heart. Then I went to the monastery.